Tonight, we're not rushing. There's no to-do list, no notifications, no pressure to keep up. Just you and a quiet trip through the strangest achievements humanity has ever recorded. World records, but not the loud ones you see on TV. No flaming swords or tightrope walkers between skyscrapers. These are the bizarre ones, the quiet, weird, oddly satisfying kind. Like the man who collected over 5,000 rubber ducks, or the woman who held a single yoga pose for 31 hours straight. As you listen, your mind might wander, and that's okay. Let it. Drift through these facts like you're flipping through an old record book by candlelight. Surreal, calming, unexpectedly beautiful, and by the end, you may just feel a little lighter, a little more curious, and ready for the deepest, strangest sleep of your life. So exhale, get comfortable, and let's begin with the first of 150 truly bizarre world records.
1. The longest fingernails on a pair of hands ever reached a combined length of over 29 feet. Imagine trying to type or pour a glass of water like that. Life would move, very, very slowly. 2. A man once held his breath underwater for 24 minutes and 3 seconds. That's an entire episode of a sitcom, and he didn't even blink. 3. The largest bubblegum bubble ever blown measured 20 inches in diameter. One wrong inhale, and that bubble might have taken him with it. 4. The world's longest mustache measured over 14 feet. That's longer than a car, and twice as majestic. 5. The most spoons balanced on a human body at once? 79. There's no world problem this solves. But it is oddly satisfying. 6. The heaviest weight lifted with a human tongue was over 27 pounds. Let that one sink in. 27 pounds. With a tongue. 7. The farthest distance someone walked while balancing a milk bottle on their head is over 80 miles. That's a marathon, with a dairy twist. 8. One man collected over 36,000 different rubber ducks. That's not a bathtub, it's a duck kingdom. 9. A man balanced a chainsaw on his chin for over 6 minutes. Definitely don't try this at home, or anywhere, really. 10. The longest time someone has kept their eyes open without blinking is over an hour. Staring contests will never be the same again. 11. The most t-shirts worn at once is 260. You'd need a teen just to help peel them off. 12. Someone made the world's largest pizza. It measured over 13,000 square feet. That's not dinner. That's real estate. 13. A dog holds the record for the fastest time popping 100 balloons, under 40 seconds. Pop pop pop. A furry tornado of chaos and precision. 14. The longest human tunnel traveled through by a skateboarding dog involved 30 people. That's a very brave pup, and some very trusting legs. 15. The tallest hat ever worn was over 15 feet tall. You'd need an elevator just to take it off. 16. The record for the longest hiccuping spree lasted 68 years. Imagine hiccuping your way through history. 17. Someone has eaten over 30,000 Big Macs in their lifetime. He even kept the receipts. That's dedication, or a documentary. 18. The most toilet seats broken with the head in 1 minute is 46. Unclear why, but impressive, in a very specific way. 19. A man walked 130 feet on a tightrope, blindfolded, with stilts. Because doing one impossible thing at a time just wasn't enough. 20. The longest journey by pumpkin boat was 25 miles down a river. Yes, you read that right. A giant, hollowed-out pumpkin, as a boat. 21. The largest human mattress domino involved over 2,000 people. Like falling asleep, in the most coordinated way possible. 22. The record for the most people twerking simultaneously is over 2,500. Somewhere, someone's grandma is still shaking her head. 23. A man pulled an entire airplane using just his teeth. That dentist bill must have been historic too. 24. The longest dance marathon lasted over 120 hours. That's 5 days straight of grooving. Sleep clearly wasn't invited. 25. Someone holds the record for most bees on a human body, over 630,000. And not one sting. Talk about mutual respect. 26. The tallest stack of M&Ms ever made is 7. It doesn't sound like much, until you try it. Go on, give it a shot. 27. The longest metal coil passed through the nose and out of the mouth measured over 11 feet. Painful to imagine, but strangely mesmerizing to watch. 28. The fastest 100-meter dash wearing swim fins is just under 13 seconds. Silly? Yes. Fast? Absolutely. 29. A man once covered himself in over 600,000 ants, willingly. Apparently, bravery has a buzz to it. 30. The most straw stuffed into a mouth, hands off, is 400. It's not useful. But it's definitely unforgettable. 31. The farthest arrow shot using only feet landed over 31 feet away. You've heard of Leg Day, this is next level. 32. The largest collection of traffic cones exceeds 1,000 unique pieces. Proof that you really can collect anything. 33. The most people brushing their teeth simultaneously, 26,382. Imagine the sound. The minty chaos. 34. The most rotations hanging from a power drill in 1 minute, 148. Why? We don't know. But he's very dizzy, and very proud. 35. The heaviest train pulled with a beard weighed over 20,000 pounds. Facial hair, redefined. 36. A woman balanced 600 wine glasses on her head. It's not a party trick. It's art. 37. The world's biggest pillow fight involved more than 7,600 people. Feathers flew. Records shattered. 38. The longest line of rubber ducks stretched for over a mile. Quack, quack, and don't look back. 39. The largest object removed from a human ear was a live cricket. It chirped. Then it checked out. 40. A man caught a grape in his mouth dropped from a drone. 350 feet above. That's not just skill. That's grape destiny. 41. The largest collection of Pokemon memorabilia is over 20,000 items strong. Gotta collect 'em all, and then some. 42. The fastest time to eat a bowl of pasta is 26.69 seconds. Napkins not included. Dignity? Optional. 43. Someone built a life-sized replica of the Titanic, entirely out of Legos. And yes, it took years. 44. The most Jenga blocks removed with a sword, while balancing on a football, is 24. This is where boredom meets talent in the weirdest way. 45. The world's largest yo-yo weighs over 2,000 pounds. You wouldn't want to walk the dog with this one. 46. A woman set a record for the most snails on her face at once, 43. Slow and steady, and very slimy. 47. The longest distance run in high heels in 24 hours, over 60 miles. That's blistering commitment. 48. The most layers in a sandwich ever made? Over 60. It's not lunch. It's structural engineering. 49. The longest distance covered by moonwalking in 1 hour is nearly 3 miles. MJ would be proud, and probably a little out of breath. 50. A man bounced a ping-pong ball on a sword 3,242 times, without stopping. Why? Because he could. And now, it's a record. 51. The largest bubblegum bubble ever blown measured 20 inches wide. Imagine the silence of a room where everyone watches in awe, as one person slowly expands a pink, delicate globe of sugar and breath. It's like holding a balloon made of childhood. 52. The fastest time to solve a Rubik's Cube with one hand is 6.82 seconds. In the time it takes most of us to even pick up the cube, someone's already solved it, casually, confidently, with one hand. It's less of a trick and more of a dance between muscle memory and brilliance. 53. The largest number of spoons balanced on a human body is 79. Not glued. Not taped. Just resting, metal on skin. It's strange, yes, but also oddly peaceful. A slow, deliberate arrangement of stillness. 54. A man pulled a plane for over 8 meters, using only his teeth. The ground shook. The wheels turned. And with grit clenched tighter than steel, he moved the impossible, powered by nothing but jaw strength and an unshakable will. 55. The longest duration spinning a basketball on a toothbrush held in the mouth was 1 minute and 8 seconds. Not exactly a life skill, but imagine the balance. The concentration. The stillness in the chaos of that spinning sphere. 56. The most t-shirts worn at once is 260. Layer by layer, shirt after shirt, until the person looked less like a human, and more like a very committed laundry pile. Oddly comforting. Like a hug from fabric. 57. The largest human mattress dominoes involved 2,016 people. The first person tipped, and like a sleepy wave, hundreds followed, falling gently onto mattresses, laughing, tumbling, smiling. Chaos made cozy. 58. The farthest tightrope walk in high heels stretched over 49 feet. Every step teetered on the edge of brilliance and madness. A quiet rebellion against gravity, elegance, and comfort, all at once. 59. The fastest typing using the nose typed a 103-character sentence in 40 seconds. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't efficient. But it was history. And oddly endearing. 60. The most eggs crushed with the head in 1 minute, 80. Messy. Weird. But also, kind of cathartic. Like watching frustration become record-worthy. 61. The tallest mohawk ever recorded stood at 3 feet 8.6 inches. More sculpture than hairstyle. A tower of hair, standing tall, part rebellion, part art, all gravity-defying confidence. 62. The most toilet seats broken by the head in 1 minute is 46. Yes, toilet seats. And no, we don't know what inspired it. But if determination had a sound, it would be a symphony of smashing plastic. 63. The longest duration spinning 3 basketballs simultaneously was over 4 minutes. 3 spheres, 1 pair of hands, and pure, hypnotic focus. Like watching balance come alive. 64. The most grapes caught in the mouth in 1 minute, from 15 feet away, is 86. Each throw, a chance. Each catch, a small miracle. Its precision wrapped in purple. 65. The longest fingernails ever recorded on a pair of hands reached a combined 29 feet. More vines than nails. Curving, spiraling, twisting through time, decades of patience coiled on fingertips. 66. The largest bubble wrap popping session involved over 2,600 people. A sea of popping sounds, like distant firecrackers, or very enthusiastic stress relief. 67. The most spoons balanced on a face, 31. Calm stillness. Gentle angles. It's more meditative than you'd expect, and surprisingly elegant. 68. The longest journey by pumpkin boat was 25.5 miles. Yes, a giant, hollowed pumpkin. Yes, it floated. And yes, he paddled. Sometimes, nature gives you transportation, and a world record. 69. The most selfies taken in 3 minutes, 168. It's rapid. It's ridiculous. But somewhere in there is a blur of smiles, strangers, and a fast-track trip into the Selfie Hall of Fame. 70. The longest marathon watching television is 94 hours. 4 straight days. 1 screen. A test of endurance, not of body, but of sofa loyalty. 71. The tallest stack of tortillas reached 33.5 inches. Soft, round, and floppy, stacking them wasn't easy. But someone turned taco night into history. 72. The fastest 5-meter sprint on all fours is 5.49 seconds. Imagine a human sprinting like a cheetah, arms and legs moving in synchronized speed. Fast, primal, and a little unsettling. 73. The most tattoos of the same cartoon character is 52, all of Homer Simpson. 1 man. 1 obsession. 52 Homers, and 1 incredibly colorful body. 74. The most rotations of a hula hoop on the butt in 1 minute, 105. Talent, rhythm, and a very specific kind of dedication. 75. The most marshmallows caught in the mouth with a homemade catapult in 1 minute, 51. Soft impacts. Sticky faces. And a room full of laughter as sugar flies through the air. 76. The largest collection of rubber ducks totals over 9,000. Each one different. Some wear sunglasses. Others hold guitars. It's not just a collection, it's a floating, squeaky universe of childhood memories and pure joy. 77. The longest time breath held voluntarily is 24 minutes and 37 seconds. No gills. No tanks. Just lungs and a superhuman calm. For nearly half an hour, time stopped inside one person's chest. 78. The most Big Macs eaten in a lifetime, over 32,000. Same sandwich. Every day. For over 40 years. Consistency taken to delicious extremes. 79. The largest gathering of people dressed as Smurfs, 2,762. A sea of blue. White hats bobbing. It looked like a cartoon walked into real life, softly bizarre and totally unforgettable. 80. The most t-shirts folded in 1 minute is 31. Snap. Flip. Tuck. It's like origami for cotton, efficiency performed like art. 81. The longest line of cooked hot dogs stretched 2,757 feet. 82. The most toothpicks inserted into a beard, 3,500. Each toothpick placed by hand. A forest of spikes growing from a face. Painstaking, and oddly poetic. 83. The tallest stack of pancakes was over 3 feet tall. Fluffy. Golden. Teetering with syrupy gravity. A tower built not from bricks, but breakfast. 84. The most socks put on 1 foot in 30 seconds, 28. A race against time and friction. Sock after sock layered until the foot disappears into pure cotton chaos. 85. The world's longest fingernail on a single hand grew over 11 feet. It curled like vines. It twisted through time. Not practical. But a living sculpture of patience. 86. The most toilet paper rolls balanced on the head is 101. Not stacked on a shelf, stacked on a skull. 1 sneeze and history might have toppled. 87. The fastest time to eat a bowl of pasta is 26.69 seconds. No fork twirl. No wine pairing. Just a blur of sauce and slurps, swallowed into record books. 88. The most leapfrog jumps in 30 seconds is 32. 2 people. 1 bounces. The other ducks. Over and over, a playground game turned world-class feat. 89. The largest bubblegum bubble blown by a nose, 16 inches. Yes, the nose. No, it's not recommended. But it is unforgettable. 90. The longest time to balance a lawnmower on the chin, 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Not running, thankfully. Just heavy. Sharp. And teetering above a beard of calm. 91. The most rotations hanging from a power drill in 1 minute, 148. 1 person spinning like a top, powered by a tool that usually fixes shelves. Safety goggles, optional. 92. The largest gathering of people dressed as Harry Potter, 997. Scarves. Wands. Glasses. 1,000 wizards in Muggle daylight, waiting for their Hogwarts letter. 93. The farthest distance to blow a pea, 41 feet. 1 deep breath. 1 tiny legume. A moment of silence, then launch, like a sneeze turned Olympic sport. 94. The most apples crushed with the bicep in 1 minute, 10. Flex. Crunch. Juice flies. Muscles and apples collide in the strangest strongman performance ever. 95. The most tattoos in 24 hours by a single person, 801. Ink. Skin. Non-stop buzzing. A marathon of needles, and stories etched forever. 96. The most spoons balanced on a human body while standing, 79. Each one carefully placed. A quiet act of gravity and calm, like modern art made of silver. 97. The longest distance pulling an aircraft by a wheelchair, 109 feet. Wheels against wheels. Determination against doubt. Quiet strength redefined. 98. The most selfies taken underwater in 3 minutes, 168. Smiles bubbling. Goggles fogged. Pouts and peace signs submerged in chlorine and glory. 99. The longest duration spinning a fidget spinner on the nose, 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Stillness. Breathing steady. A balance game on the bridge of the face. 100. The most people doing jumping jacks simultaneously, 300,265. Across cities. Across countries. A ripple of jumping humans, unified by energy, and maybe a little bit of sweat. 101. The most straws stuffed in a mouth, hands off 459. It's a wonder of jaw flexibility, and a dentist's worst nightmare. One mouth, packed tight with plastic. 102. The longest eyelash ever recorded was 8 inches. It curled down past the cheek, like a gentle feather grown from the face. Nature's mascara, taken to the extreme. 103. The largest yo-yo in the world weighs over 2,095 kilograms. Not exactly pocket-sized. It's more sculpture than toy, but it still spins. 104. The fastest 100-meter dash wearing high heels, 13.557 seconds. Click-clack. Speed and elegance. Like a runway model caught in a race with time. 105. The tallest hat worn measured over 15 feet. It towered like a steeple, a skyscraper for the scalp. 106. The most times hit by a car without injury, 50. A stuntman's dream or nightmare. Precision and timing on full display. 107. The longest duration balancing a guitar on the chin, 1 hour, 35 minutes. A quiet standoff between man and music, still, silent, and oddly meditative. 108. The most rotations of a basketball on a toothbrush in 1 minute, 60. Yes, a toothbrush. Balanced on teeth. With a spinning ball. Don't try this during your morning routine. 109. The largest human mattress dominoes involved 2,016 people. One fall. Then another. A chain reaction of giggles and foam toppled in harmony. 110. The fastest time to assemble Mr. Potato Head blindfolded, 14.90 seconds. In darkness, tiny hands find tiny parts, a plastic face built purely by memory. 111. The longest marathon hugging lasted 36 hours. No breaks. Just warmth. A record built on human closeness and emotional endurance. 112. The most wet sponges thrown at the face in 1 minute, 76. Soft. Splat. Laughter flying faster than the sponges. 113. The largest bubble ever blown, 50.6 inches in diameter. A rainbow sphere drifting through air, delicate and massive all at once. 114. The most layers in a sandwich, 60. Each layer with a new flavor. Bread, cheese, lettuce, repeat. A skyscraper of snacks. 115. The longest hair on a teenager, over 5 feet. It flowed like a waterfall, a personal curtain made of patience and pride. 116. The fastest time to type using the nose, 46.30 seconds, for a 103-character sentence. Tap tap, with nostrils. It's awkward genius in motion. 117. The largest gathering of people dressed as penguins, 624. A chilly sea of black and white suits. No waddling required. 118, the most eggs crushed with the head in 1 minute, 80. A very messy moment of headbutting history. 119, the longest time spinning a basketball on a toothbrush in mouth, 1 minute 8.15 seconds. Balance, breath, and braces, all tested at once. 120, the most spoons balanced on a human face, 31. Like a silver mask. A quiet freeze frame of fun and focus. 121, the heaviest aircraft pulled by a human being, 188.83 tons. The plane moved. Slowly. One step at a time. A triumph of brute will. 122, the fastest backward running mile, 5 minutes, 54 seconds. They ran into the past, fast. 123, the most toilet seats broken by the head in 1 minute, 46. Yes, it's a real record. And yes, helmets were involved. 124, the most balloons burst by sitting in 1 minute, 121. Bounce. Pop bounce. Pop. Like musical chairs with mayhem. 125, the longest fingernails ever on a pair of hands, female over 28 feet combined. They curled like vines. Years of untouched growth, a testament to persistence. 126, the fastest time to eat a raw onion, 29.56 seconds. Tears streaming. Crunch after crunch. Spice meets speed. 127, the farthest tightrope walk in high heels, 15 meters. A balancing act of poise, danger, and fashion. 128, the most makeup applications in 1 hour, 180 faces. Brushes flying. Foundations blending. A blur of beauty across time. 129, the longest time to balance a soccer ball on the nose, 1 hour, 33 minutes. The ball never dropped. Neither did focus. 130, the most jumps over a moving rope in 30 seconds, 110. Skipping at light speed. Rhythm and reflex in perfect sync. 131, the most bees covering a human body, over 600,000. Buzzing. Crawling. Yet perfectly calm. No suit. No fear. 132, the largest cup of cappuccino, 4,250 liters. Foam for days. Enough caffeine to wake a whole town. 133, the most marshmallows eaten in 1 minute, no hands 25. Sticky. Fluffy. A race between mouth and mess. 134, the fastest typing with boxing gloves, 62 words in 1 minute. Punching keys instead of punching faces. Still aggressive. 135, the most times to clap in 1 minute, 1,103. Hands became a blur. Applause faster than sound. 136, the most lollipops eaten in 1 minute, 12. No chewing allowed. Just pure, sugary efficiency. 137, the most coconuts smashed with the head in 1 minute, 121. Crack. Crack. Repeat. A record made with skull and speed. 138, the longest Lego walk, 2,737 meters. No shoes. No screams. Just quiet pain and plastic endurance. 139, the tallest stack of M&Ms, 7. Tiny, slippery, and defiant, the Everest of candy. 140, the fastest time to arrange a chess set blindfolded, 45.72 seconds. A mental map. Muscle memory. Precision in darkness. 141, the most Jenga blocks removed and balanced on top with one hand, 32. Every piece a gamble. Every second, a breath held. 142, the longest time spent headbanging, 10 hours straight. Hair flying. Neck sore. But the rhythm? Unbreakable. 143, the most rotations of a hula hoop on the bum in 1 minute, 70. Not hips. The bum. Precision in a very unusual place. 144, the most t-shirts worn at once, 260. A walking wardrobe. Each layer tighter. Until movement stopped. 145, the fastest 5-meter sprint in high heels, 1.79 seconds. One burst of grace and power. Blink and it's over. 146, the most people brushing their teeth simultaneously, 26,382. Foam and mint. Bristles buzzing in harmony. 147, the most grapes eaten with chopsticks in 3 minutes, 85. Slippery fruit. Steady hands. Not one grape wasted. 148, the longest underwater kiss, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. No words. Just bubbles. A record sealed with breathless love. 149, the most items kicked off people's heads in 1 minute, 75. A flurry of flying objects. All precision. No pain. 150, the most languages sung in a single song, 76. Every verse a new tongue. One voice, many worlds.